Online viewers, my name is Nayz. I'm from Manila Academy. Welcome to our online platform. So just before we dive into the lesson for today, we're going to have a view of what we looked at last time. Remember to say last time we also looked at determinants, and that is what we're going to be looking at as well today. We're going to look at the determinant of this matrix and also the image. But last time when we looked at it, don't get confused. Last time the whole matrix we had what? We had numbers, but this time around we're also having variables. So this is what we're going to look at today. Okay? Keep on following. So here we are having matrices, a question that was given from 2023 GCE paper 2 question. Okay. So here this question, it was on number 2. It says, given that the matrix B is equals to, open brackets, in the brackets we are having a 4, we are having an x which is a variable, we're having -1, we're having -3x. Okay, close bracket. It says, find the value of x for which the determinant of B is 22. As you go in the examination, what you're supposed to note is the formula for determinant. Okay, so here we are going to look at what the formula for determinant. Let's hope you're having your books, keep on following. Okay, so we're going to say, which is the first question, A, matrix B, just say matrix B is equals to, open bracket. We are having the 4, the x, -1, -3x. Okay, so here when we reach this point on and viewers, we're supposed to write the formula. So determinant, if you want to find the determinant of this matrix, you can either write as determinant B, or you can write just like, I think today we're going, since last time we used this one, this time around I'll use another one so that you should get familiar to both. You can also abbreviate it as, or just write it as B, then you put this. These represent what? Determinant. Okay, so you say is equals to. One thing you're supposed to know, when you're dealing with determinants, don't get confused because of variables. It's the same procedure we always use. So these are the common mistakes that people make. Okay, so you're seeing this number here. This is not separated in any way. It is the variable and the number, the coefficient with the negative that all attached together, not separate. They're different from this. Let's say -9 minus x altogether, it's different from this one. So these are the things you're supposed to know. Then afterwards, you're supposed to know to say you're supposed to multiply those that are in the major diagonal with those that, even those that are in the minor diagonal. Then the products that you're going to get from both, you're going to subtract. Of course, you know, say when you talk about products, we're talking about subtraction. Let's hope all of you later about that. Okay, so here you are going to get those that are in the major diagonal. These are the common mistakes you make. As Manuela, we are here to remove the common mistakes you make. So pay attention on this one. Some of you start with those in the minor. No, but you start with the what? In the major diagonal, which are these. So you are going to just open brackets, indicate 4 times -3x. This is where I was emphasizing to say this is the same. If this wasn't the same, we would have put the 4 outside. Okay. Then you come, since we are saying to say the product to subtract, you put a minus sign, you open brackets again, you get now those in the minor diagonal, you say -1 times x, you close. But there's no problem if you start with the x, you put the x first, then you put this one, it will still give you the answer. Okay, so after reaching this point, do not forget your sign to indicate to say you're finding the what? The determinant is equals to, you open brackets, 4, now in the bracket you're having this, 4 times -3x. So 4, take note to say it is a positive. When you multiply a positive with a negative, you are going to get a negative. Henceforth, the answer we'll get here will be a negative. So first, let's pay attention to the coefficient before we go to the variable. So 4 times -3 is going to give you -12. And here you are going to include the x. Minus -1 times x. Any number you multiply with 1 is always x, unless you are sleeping when your teacher was teaching. Okay, so you reach this point, since this is a negative, and then when we say -1 times positive x, it's supposed to give us -x. We're already having an x here, a negative here, sorry. So meaning you are going to open brackets here, indicate the negative x, so that the negatives or the sign shouldn't meet. Okay, we'll just remove this. Not forgetting our determinant, which is 22. Sorry, I forgot to indicate it. Here is the determinant we've been given already, 22. Okay, so when you reach this part, again you indicate your B, since you are supposed to what? Eliminate the bracket. So we deal with the brackets, just copy this the way it is. Then we say negative times negative is going to give you positive. So you say plus x is equals to 22, not forgetting your determinant. B, which is this, is equals to -12x plus x. here you are having different signs. When you have different signs, the rule is that you get the sign, you subtract, and you get the sign of a bigger number. Do not forget to say, as we are looking at algebra, we mentioned that these variables are having a invisible one that you cannot see. So just take for instance, say 12 minus 1 is going to give you 11. Henceforth, you are going to get the sign of bigger number. 12 is bigger than 1, of course. So you are going to say negative 11 with the what? With the x. This x here, okay? So negative 11x is equals to 22. Okay, so when you have this, since we want to find the value of x, what do we do? With here it's simple. You are going to divide negative 11 both sides to remain with x only. So you are going to say over negative 11 over negative 11. Here you are going to cancel the negatives, henceforth also cancelling the 11, which is going to be x is equals to, here you are having this. So 11, let's first forget about the sign. 11 divided into 22, you all know how to calculate. You can just say 11 here, it goes how many times? 1. Then in 2, it goes 2 times. Then if we were to multiply 1 divided by 2, it will be 2, it will still be 2. So we're going to get the negative which was attached to 2, and this is going to be our answer. Henceforth, the value of x is negative 2. Okay? So here we answer the first question. Then we come to the second question, which says, hence find the inverse of b. After finding the value of 2, we are supposed to now place to what it is supposed to be. That's one thing we are supposed to know. I've noted to say, a lot of people, as why they fail this topic, they forget to indicate what they've gotten. So you should be strict here. This is why you make mistakes. When the question is saying, find the value of x for which the determinant of b is 22. Some of you are used to why you're not given the determinant. Then you think as if the number that you gotten is the determinant, that's what you're not supposed to put it. But no, if you are given the determinant, they told you to find the value of x. Immediately you find the value of x, before you find the index, you are supposed to put the value of x where it's supposed to be. So before we take it to find the index, we should find first where it's supposed to be. So we're going to say b is equal to, okay, the way it is here, 4. Where there is x, we're going to replace with negative 2, which is going to be negative 2. And while here,